Hello. So I just want to talk about the free finance cooperative technology. In terms of non-computing as a thing, um, and really, where is the decision? Social decisioning. So this is a freedom in the free market within the machine that we talked about. And the machine is very much a machine. And the free market outside on all your websites and lists of goods is the free market. So it doesn't exactly create equality because hierarchy exists outside. So this is two groups of, I'll throw words at you. It relates to two graphs really. So these groups of words are securities, right? So in terms of the machine we talked about, that is this non-computing thing in terms of your homeless rates. It's a bit of fisheries and charities and all the law. Really needs us to pick up homeless people. And I want to work that out as a rate per head of a cooperative member or somebody who transacts with cooperative. And also where the computer helps with decision computing. so anyway, so we have this kind of graph. I'll get quite long there. Well, that's quite a graph that we know. I'm just going to chop it into 3 bits down here. 1, 2. Oh no. Oh no. See, the flat bit of the graph here, if you're down here, you're one person. Same as everybody else. And here, you're very different. So here we have lots of numbers of one people. And we can split it into 2 like this. So somewhere there's a change here. This is an income distribution, so we have a lot of people on the same income, and what we have is the law down here, and what we also must understand is this law in the shape of the graph, and in this curve here, and the different groups of people, poor, middle, rich, and some kind of law up here. So we can't really be allowed to eat unless we're receiving benefits or working. Otherwise, we tend to run out of money. And in here, we're all pretty much doing the same thing. And you can chop this up any way you want. Say like, why did you earn that extra £500? Why did you earn that extra £1,000, £2,000, £10,000? You know, we do the same thing. It's because in your life you did something different. You're a manager for that little bit, that couple of years, and you built a machine and you earned from building that machine. So this is basically everybody down here. And then this blue bit represents your idea of what is different. And what is funny is you accept this anyway through whatever price you pay for things. You can accept it as you understand something. If you're all thinking about sitting around a table and you've got some food, so you've got your fish and your chips, but you might have pudding and gravy, and then you're eating, but you're talking about work somewhere else, and somebody has a good idea and somebody says, you know what, that's worth an extra few chips. So you're always going to gift the person the specialists, and that's the white shirt you know, is blue. I'm confused. Now, seeing as the laws down here with the homeless people, well, you can also consider, you know, the very, very rich, the top 10%, and the laws up there with them. You know, they're dealing with the pensions and investments. Now, the important thing is to understand that you accept this gift process, this hierarchical process. It's often a meritocratic sort of conversation. Now up here you have a lot of rich people, they've got all the, seriously, they have the land basically, they're the landlord, but they have the ships and containers, and it's very important because at some point these rich people, they're foreign, because foreign people own land and ships, and containers need to go from land on a ship to land. We want nice food from abroad. We've got nice cheese and meat and things like that. Whiskey and all this kind of thing. Anyway, so that's your hierarchical incomes distribution. Now, the machine is very it's a free market machine, but it's sort of puts everybody in the same clothes. Except in terms of food, eating, everybody has to eat. That's the whole point. Remember, you go into a shop, you put your food in the bag, and so does somebody next to you. Now you put your food in the bag and walk out, and you put your money over the counter, and you just don't really pay attention to everybody else. So that's you down here arguing about your £500 difference, £1,000 difference, but the substance of what you have doesn't really change. But you can change that. You can remove the metal from around your vegetables and meat, and don't use tins. You can remove the plastic from around that and don't use that energy in making plastic bags and things like that. Now here's the advantage of not computing in the computing system when it comes to decisioning. So here we have you somewhere with your money, investing something, and you're piling money, and can we see that? Just a downward spiral. Now you want that spiral to go up, and you want to make some money, sort of like this. And then, strangely, because this is a science and economics, this money tends to go down. And it doesn't just go away. I mean, you take the whole thing. So you've made a tenner. The next day you make, let's say £90. The next day you make like £81 or something like that. Anyway. But you've already lost some money, and then you've already gained some money. So in all, you basically make money. You don't, you stop. But this is actually combined with substantial things. So remember we talked about the potato. So this is the accounting, retrospective accounting of, potato. So when somebody had a good idea and thought, oh, what's this? Pomme de terre. Now this whole investment, credit and all that kind of business comes along with the fact that you make the goods. Now there's a curve in economics called the take-up curve. So that's like what there. So when you start making money and people get it, it's a potato. Now from there you have a production curve. Now remember, you make some profit. You sort of peak there. You peak your profit at the top of that little thing there. Now, so we put that peak up here. Where are we going with this? So this is a product curve, production curve, because you've got the take-up curve that says it's beautiful chips, and all that kind of fish and pudding thing, gravy. So you intend to produce that for you, or your group. So then you produce that like that, and you reach a peak of total good up here. That's total good, but we're going this way. Let's see if we can draw this line. So you're totally good every day. Every day you've got this. What is it? Potato. Now the think about decisioning and the non-computing and the hierarchical gifting process is that in the real world, containers turn up at port and you really sort of have to think about that retrospectively in your accounting system. And so some nice people have, learned a foreign language and gone abroad over here and dealt with this sort of foreign law. Okay. And they've gone and said, like, oh, right, okay, foreign people, and wow, that's fucking good. And this sort of investment. Now, so you basically buy the container from port, but a lot of these people with ships, they don't necessarily want to. I mean, they can sort of. I mean, you're the ones buying the goods here, right? You're buying the goods here. And you've got these sort of middlemen that are sort of on this decision thing, and they get gifts for having the good ideas. Now, so it's not really them that dictates what's in the containers. You dictate what's in the containers. And they sort of like mess around with all the ships and languages and things like that, all the culture. So really, you're doing this every day, and this is every day, and you're eating every day up here. So what you can do is since you've got a cooperative technology and you all sort of got everybody's receipts in a big technological bucket, and it doesn't compute because it's the same as last year, but you can investigate it with anonymous sort of searching. So your data isn't being robbed, you've just put it in a bucket. What that means is, interestingly, when your companies, any of your companies within your system, don't forget we're helping you out with holidays and training, take some time off work, that kind of thing, this kind of culture, everybody's eating, and maybe investing locally in a high street, and affording to eat out as well. Now, so your company is going to peak a profit here, and interestingly, a lot of the graphs say that sort of corresponds to a place in the production curve which is sort of before peak, which sort of procrastinates on the limited supply of goods. What you can do is use that sort of knowledge to think, we're peaking here. Oh, what's left? Oh, it's them 6% unemployed. Oh, is it only 6% again? Oh, I thought we were doing better. Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, we're doing better. We've stuck to our rate, but we're investing in the free market and all that kind of thing. It's 2% a year. All these decisions and things, which is free market. Somebody's going to ring fence themselves and compete with everybody else in terms of the technology. Where are we? So now we've completed the production process, and everybody's agreed universally that the potato is a good thing, like sort of an apple's, beautiful thing, apple of the earth. So everybody's eating now, so we're at the top. Remember, but since we've got this, the security of the knowledge, the foresight, we can start to understand that we don't dictate price with the container here. This doesn't dictate price, but here we realise that we are changing in decision. So we change the fact that we've got a container of potatoes, and we actually want it 50% sort of like a fluffy white potato, and 50% a different kind of potato, a waxy potato. So that when you know this curve in relation to other people, so otherwise it's meaningless and you just sort of prodding at your own face. So you basically understand where to invest. It's not where to invest, it's that this is changing, and you have buttons on your phone, or you can go to a post office, or if you're homeless, you could be homeless 24 hours a day. And this foresight and things like that really makes cooperative computing makes sense. So yeah, go ahead. Have a go at thinking what you might want as food in a container from abroad. Thank you.